So the way I see, for example, micro-segmentation
Mm-hmm.
is more of a kind of like a prior step building the zero trust. So for example, let's say you have a production data where all your customer data is there. You
Mm-hmm.
also have, let's say, developers playing and like testing out things like a sandbox environment or test environment or dev environment. You can have like multiple of those different segmentations.
Okay.
See, for example, a person who is a developer A needs to, like, let's say they're working on a ticket, and
Mm-hmm.
they have to write a piece of code and trying out and see if that bug is being mitigated, right?
Right.
But they can still get access to, let's say, production database to like actually helping out the customer and like fixing the bug.
Mm-hmm.
So even though you have like a segmentation between production and sandbox, a person who has access to sandbox can also get access, let's say if it is approved access to the production. So
Right.
the micro segmentation is still there, but from the security lens, the developer is still touching customer data,
Okay.
right? So there is a data exposure. So the way I think about it is always go closer to the sensitive data that you're trying to protect and adding and like auditing enough kind of like access request. So that's why the micro segmentation, the way I see it, is one of the step within the zero trust, and it's more of like a prior step to like have like a good zero trust strategy. The same thing happens with like multi-factor authentication as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is completely based on a single person's access. Let's say you're
Right.
trying to access AWS resources. Maybe you have like MFA, but the methods could be totally different, right? Like SMS based, or like you have like a different, like a hardware token based MFAs are totally different. So when the access is going from user to the cloud resource, there is nothing happening.
Right.
Let's say if some developer A's laptop is stolen, and like they have, let's say, for example, Google Authy or like Google Authenticator app installed on their system, and if they get into the system, that means they have key to the castle, right?
Yes.
So they can use the MFA and like still go and like do different resources and
Mm-hmm.
like try to like access different resources. So the MFA and like micro segmentation, the way I see it is there are like multiple checks within zero trust, and they are kind of like a prior steps for setting up the zero trust strategy. So let's say if I want to like explain it in like a simple manner,
Mm-hmm.
zero trust has like a three different steps mainly. One is the identity, second is the device, and the third is the policy engine. So when you're doing and dealing with identity, that's where the MFA is come in place, right? You're like saying, hey, this is developer A, and I'm obviously authenticating with username and credentials, but I also have like a two-factor authentication.
Right.
So identity is pretty solid. So that's like one of the steps within identity. Microsegmentation is like it comes into policy engine and how the
Mm-hmm.
infrastructure resources are accessible. So the more granular segmentation you're going to have, you can have like more stricter policies and policy engine, so that you control like who is getting access to what resource with what
Mm-hmm.
access level. So those are the two things I would consider in a different manner. But they are definitely useful, but they're not actually satisfying the zero trust fully.